How much momentum do you feel that you've got from that second half last week against Lincoln?
Yeah, we're looking for positives, aren't we? And I think although we dominated the first half in possession, we never looked like ever scoring really, and or getting to the final third, which is a bit disappointing. But I think come second half, I think maybe we going down the slope a little bit, and the wind maybe helping as well. A wee bit of the change of the game plan. We looked a bit more threatening, and we certainly looked to get behind them quicker and earlier, and I think that worked. So I think, yeah, obviously getting back into the game after being 1-0 down again the early doors was a bit worrying. But it's actually now it's kind of flipped round, isn't it? When we came here, we were struggling to hold out. Now we're struggling to start. So, but we're looking strong, we're looking fitter, and certainly, hopefully, we've got a bit of momentum going into the weekend.
And how much is a 90-minute performance the aim, even if you can't dominate a game for 90 minutes, but to have that performance for a full match?
Yeah, I think that's what every manager wants. I don't think it ever happens, to be honest. Yeah, I think there are very few teams will dominate a game from start to finish. I don't think it happens. But we're certainly looking to start the games much better than what we're doing, and of course we're looking to continue right through the game if possible. But I think the opposition will always see periods in the game when they've got the ball and they're looking threatening. But we're certainly looking for a more complete performance, yeah.
So what has been your focus mainly in training this week?
Always the same really. The tempo, the training's got to be up. We're obviously pushing the players as hard as we possibly can. We feel as if our fitness is getting better. And that's why we're seeing that the games a bit better. Unfortunately, the concentration's got to be better at the start of the games. But I think you can see maybe a fitter team that can get to the line, get to the 90 minutes a bit better than what we're doing. So the emphasis is always the same, really. Good tempo with the training, be aggressive. And we want to dominate the ball as well. I think we touched on parts of it when we first came here. The possession wasn't maybe as high as we wanted it to be. I think I actually mentioned it that we want to keep possession of the ball as well, but we want to make sure we're creating chances. I think on Saturday we had more possession than we've had previously, but obviously we've got to create chances with that. So it's always the final third, the difficult part, isn't it?
And of the squad sort of seen from last weekend as well, the changes that you made, and also not just in personnel, but the way, sort of a little bit systemic changes that you made as well, that, actually you've got more than one way of playing and everyone's going to be needed.
Absolutely, and everybody is needed. We're using everybody more or less in the squad. They've all had their chance. And if I see things that I don't like or things that maybe I need to change, I'll change it. I'm like that as a manager. There's no problem. The players don't understand the situation. We made 3 subs at half time, didn't we? So so I'll do it and hope to try and get a result what's best for us. We've got different ways to play. As I told you, it's not just one way. We want to dominate the ball where we can. We want to play football where we can. We want to play through the thirds where we can. I think we did that on Saturday. You saw the different patterns on the ball that we're trying to build up. Just now getting that final third, really getting a wee bit of quality in the final third is where I'm suppose every manager shouts about,
And as the fitness improves, can you keep evolving those ways in which you want to play? Yeah,
because as you said, maybe lasting that 90 minutes. The stats I'm seeing, everything's improving, on that. The physicality of the team is improving. Sprint distances are up, distances covered are up, the volume of training's up, etc., etc. But what does that mean? It means that we're moving in that direction, but we need to get results as well. There's all different ways to skin a cat, isn't there? There's all different ways to get a result. So, but we're getting fitter and stronger, and getting a bit more resilient because, of course, we went 1-0 down, didn't we? We fought our way back and actually looked like winning in the end, didn't we?
Accrington Stanley this weekend, they're not too far ahead of you in the table, but I guess they're a club who are easy to underestimate for anyone.
Yeah, I think they've only lost one game or something in the last 6 or 7, so they're on a decent bit of form. They play direct. They've got a good way about them. Obviously the coach there has got a lot of experience in the division. But yeah, it'll be a tough match, as you know, it's an away game. But we're going there to win. We're going there to compete and be positive, and try and get in the front foot. But of course, they're all tough games for us. But we really need to start winning, don't we? We need to start getting results so that the players get a bit more confidence and a bit more momentum, as you talked about.
And you mentioned John Coleman's experience. Are they a club that you've sort of got to know pretty well with players that they've taken on loan from Everton? I noticed obviously they've got Ryan Astley this season, even if he hasn't played for the last month.
Yeah, I don't know the club that well, to be honest, although they're in that region. But I know Seb Quick was at Everton. You know, in fact, I think my wife's related to him, to be honest with you. Believe it or not. And we've got Ryan Ashley. I used to call him Rick when I used to coach him, if you remember. He was a great singer, wasn't he, Rick? Fantastic. So, no, I know one or two of the players. But I don't know the club, you know. I mean, I don't know the manager, to be honest. I know he's a Scouse lad, but I don't know him personally. But you know, we're going to go there. We're going to compete. We're going to try our very best, and we're looking to try and pick up some points if we can.
And actually, how much changes when you go on the road? Because obviously, you know, when you've got your home support, they can drive you on. But away, have you got to have a bit more of a siege mentality?
I think you can do, but I don't think that's the way we approach it. I mean, I try to approach every game the same, really, to be honest with you. I mean, we want to win the games, we want to attack. It's just the way it's working out, really. The second half we're looking stronger. Certainly at home, yeah, the fans, they help you in the games at home, of course, because you've got them behind you. Away games, that's maybe not quite as many fans there. But certainly, no, we look to approach the game. We look to go and attack the game. We look to go and, you know, build for the back if we can. We play possession. You know, we try to create chances, home or away. But certainly, obviously, the fans get behind you a bit more, don't they? There's more of them.
Injuries, how's the squad?
Yeah, we're fine. I think we're pretty fine, really. One or two knocks, one or two have missed things. One or two of the sessions. You know, Ben Stevenson's missed a couple of days. Big Jamari, the big striker that we got in for Redding's missed a couple of days. But just niggles, really. I think just adaptation to the new way of training, really. I think you can get a wee bit of muscle fatigue. But I think we're starting to get through that period now, and we've got pretty much most of them on the grass. Ben Cargill's still Bailey. I keep on calling him Ben. It's Bailey. Sorry, Bailey Cargill keeps on. He's in and out the training. He's got to manage his knee a little bit, but more or less it's it's more or less a full squad there.
And have you been keeping in touch with Everton and Tyler Onyango's situation of sort of maybe getting him back in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, I think he'll be longer than that. I'm not sure the situation, to be honest. I mean, I knew when it happened it was going to be a long term, and I knew that I had the experience to see these things. I think we'll not be seeing him for a long time, mate. I mean, it might be the summer. I might be wrong, but you know, he'll be back at Everton rehabilitating for his operation. So I'd be very surprised if we see him again.